Hello and welcome back to the Hairy Housewife YouTube channel, you gorgeous lot at home. And today we are talking about the Mjjc version 3S foam lance. Hello and welcome back to the Hairy Housewife YouTube channel, you beautiful lot. And today we are talking about the new foam lance from Mjjc, the version 3 of the S range. Now they sent this out to me, God knows when, and it finally arrived earlier this week. So I thought, you know what? Let's get out and try it. I was excited. I was like a kid in a sweet shop. I love a new foam cannon. And I was like, let's give this a go and let's record it. Now to start off with, this is the new packaging for the foam lance. Now, one thing I have seen a lot of people do is they're comparing this foam lance to this foam lance, when in reality they need to be comparing this foam lance to this foam lance. Now, the reason I'm saying that is because it's the version 3 foam lance of the S range, not the Pro range. I'm seeing a lot of people thinking it's a new model out. It's the upgrade to the Snowfoam version 2 Pro Canon from Mjjc, when in fact it is the upgrade to the version 2 of the S range. Now, I am going to compare the two together, of the version 2 Pro to the version 3S, and that is because of the price. Now, the price I have seen, you can get the version 2 now for around about £40 in the UK. This, at the moment, I haven't seen it on sale in the UK, but converting it down from their website from dollars to pounds, it's around about £70. Does that, does this lance warrant spending that money on, or is it better just to still get the version 2? Are those new looks about this lance worth the extra money? Now, as you can see, unboxing it, it does look very nice. It's very well presented, and it does look like a nice lance. I love the colours. I'm not going to lie. The white and the blue really, really popped for me. The red and the black, yeah, it was nice when it came out, but it wasn't, it's not for me. The white and the blue really, really stands out. I really, really like it. It's crisp, it's fresh, it's nice, and it just looks really, really smart. Now, the bottle itself isn't like a normal screw fit. It has these lugs that wind into the fitting on the actual lance, and there are two rubbers at the top, which I'm guessing are designed to be there to stop this from leaking. Now, the bottle itself is a lot taller than the version 2 Pro. However, it does have a wide bottom, and I do feel like this won't fall over as easy as the older style foam lances that everybody used to have back in the day. Now, again, the lance itself is a very, very nice blue and white design, and the body looks very, very similar to the Pro. And you can see the cap here has that design for the top of the bottle. It is not a threaded cap for a threaded bottle. It will only fit the Mjjc version 3S bottle. So if you do break that bottle, you're going to have to find a replacement fairly sharpish if you want to use this lance. Now, inside the packaging, you also get that nice flexible tube with the little filter on the bottom of the pickup feed. You get the fitting for your pressure washer, and you also get a 1.1mm orifice. So your S lance will come with a 1.25mm orifice pre-installed. If you have a low pressure washer, anything like a Karcher K2, a Bosch like I'm using an AQT 110, so it is only a 110 bar. This is what you want to do. You want to pop the 1.25 out and pop the 1.1mm in. And it is as simple as just undoing it with a screwdriver, popping it out, popping the other one in, and doing it back up. And that's it. That's all you need to do to pop that in. There's plenty of videos on the internet. I'm not going to sit here and bore you with me doing it. There's loads of videos on there. If you want to see how to change orifice, go check them out. Now, as I put these two lances together, you can see there is a height difference, there's a colour difference, and there is a bottle difference. But that, at the moment, is as far as I can see. The actual body of the lance, the brass bit, looks exactly the same between the version S3 to the version Pro 2. Now, again, these are two different range of lances. However, I want to check to see if it's worth buying this new one for £70 odd when it does get released in the UK over the other one for £40 odd. Other than the looks, can you justify an extra £30 just for the looks of a bottle and a lance? I can't personally, but there may be some differences on the inside that I haven't seen. So I decided to strip the heads of the lances down. Now, as you can see, they are side by side. This is exactly what I found inside the lances. 2 filters with that little foam bit in the middle, and 2 filters with that little bit of foam in the middle. They are identical. The body themselves looks exactly the same. I had a bit more of a look down the middle of them, and they are exactly the same. The heads are exactly the same. I could not see a single difference between the Pro Lance and the S Lance, other than the bottles and the colour and the way they attach the bottles. That is the only differences I could see. You know, you've got this nice attachment here for the new one compared to the old one. Now, I do like the new one, the way it attaches. It feels a lot more secure, and it feels like it's clipped in a lot nicer. You put it on there, and it just feels a lot more robust. However, the bottle itself is that clear plastic bottles. They don't feel very robust to me. Any Lance I've known to have these sort of clear plastic bottles have always suffered from cracking, breakages. They feel a little bit more flimsy than the other style bottles. And at the moment, again, if you've got this Lance and you've paid £70 for it, I haven't seen anywhere yet that they're selling replacement bottles. Again, once they become more widely available, I'd imagine they will sell bottles separately. However, if you're paying £70 for a Lance, do you want to be buying a new bottle after maybe 2 or 3 months because you've dropped it, or it's cracked, or it's split? Because my Mjjc Pro Lance, I've had that 2 years. And I'll let you into a secret. That gets abused. I still haven't had to buy a new bottle for it. So, I don't know, you know, I'm seeing a craze with these clear plastic bottles at the moment. It's not really for me because I am very heavy-handed, and, you know, I have broke a few of these style Lance bottles before in the past. The dual one, when it came out, the blue one, I broke about 2 of them in the space of about 6 months. So for me, it's a little bit iffy. Now, one of the other things with this bottle is I always get people saying, how accurate are the measurements? So I've filled up a jug with 500 ml of cold water, and I'm going to pour it into the Lance to see where it comes on the bottle. Now again, with it being a clear plastic bottle and the markings are clear, it is very difficult to read and see where the markings are. You can see it is exactly 500 ml. So 500 ml out of my jug into the Lance equates to exactly 500 ml in the Lance. So, I mean, I've seen it before. There's been a few Snowfoam cannons I've popped water in, and they've been 50 to 100 ml out. This one is exactly spot on. So, where are the differences other than the colour, other than the bottle, and the way it attaches to the bottle? I can't find them. I haven't found a single difference in the Lance other than the colour, the bottle, and that equates to an extra £30. I really can't. I can't justify the extra £30 on this Lance compared to the version 2 Pro. So maybe there might be some difference in how it works, how, you know, it works as a foam Lance, how much foam it creates. Maybe it's thinner, maybe it's thicker. Who knows? Now, the Mjjc version 2 and the Mjjc range have always been renowned for super thick foam. So I'd imagine this one is going to be just as thick. So I thought, you know what? I'm not going to go wash a car. I'm not going to bore you guys at home. I've got my test panel out. All you guys need to see is how this sprays. So we're going to start off with the version 3. Now, in the Lance, I have 50 ml of snow from Starnagloss with 450 ml of water. You can see it is that thick shaving foam that everybody is used to with the Mjjc Lance. Now, if I come to the other side, this is the version 2 Pro, and you can see it's exactly the same. It is a thick blanket of shaving foam. I could not tell these two Lances apart. They both produce the exact same level of thick shaving foam, snow foam, that people seem to love, that sometimes can not be a good thing, sometimes it's a good thing, depending on what foam you're using. However, they both create the exact same foam. Now, what if I dial it down a bit? Now, I've measured out how many turns they are on the bottle, and I've turned them down by approximately half on both bottles. And you can still see that the version 3 is still thick when it is turned down by halfway, but it isn't as thick as it is on full whack. And you can see the snow foam is a little bit thinner, but it is still really, really thick. However, it does hang around on the bonnet a lot longer than it did when it was on full whack, and that's because it is a thinner foam and it is not collapsing under its own weight. Now, again, if I put it up against the version 2 Pro, halfway down, it is exactly the same. It is a thinner foam. It's still thick, but it does stick around a lot longer than it does on full whack because it is a thinner foam and it's not collapsing under its own weight. Now, I have done a video about this before with the Garage Therapy Snow Foam and 2 different Lances. Basically, if your foam is too thick, it's going to fall off your vehicle too quick. in clumps, and it's not going to do the job you want it to do. So you want it to be a nice thin consistency, so it hangs around, it dwells, and it doesn't dry out in patches. But back to the lances. They are exactly the same. I can't tell these two apart when they are in use. There are no benefits to buying this version 3 other than the aesthetic look of it. For an extra £30, can you justify it? Let me know in the comments below. Yes. I mean, I can't lie. I do like the look of that. It is a very beautiful looking lance. You know, the blue and white really does pop. The bottle worries me. Again, that bottle being that plasticky clear bottle that seems to be on trend at the moment does worry me ever so slightly, because they are prone to breaking. Everybody knows they are prone to breaking. So I do feel like I can't be as heavy-handed with this one as I am with a version 2 Pro. However, do you know what? I thought I just want to show you guys at home. My version 2 Pro takes an absolute battering. So I'm going to just drop it on the floor, you know, from about 6 foot. And it just bounces. You know, it doesn't break. The bottle doesn't shatter. I can pick it straight back up, fill it up with water, and it will not leak. How about the version 3? I'm not doing it because I feel like that, if I dropped it even from 30 centimeters off the ground, it would damage or crack that bottle and it would leak everywhere. And that would be the bottle out of action till I could get a replacement bottle. Now, there's one other thing that the version 2 used to do really, really well that I just wanted to test with this lance. You could turn the version 2 upside down when it was full of product and it would not leak. You could shake it around and it would not leak. It was pretty much watertight, and I loved that feature because I could then, you know, I could fill it up, I could shake it around, I could move it around. I didn't have to worry about it leaking out everywhere. Some lances I've got, you've only got to tilt them up slightly and you get mess everywhere, all over your hands. So as you can see, when I come in with the version 2 Pro, after 2 years, it is still not leaking when I turn it upside down. You know, it's still doing a fantastic job of keeping that liquid inside. Now remember, this new lance is pretty much the same, and it's got those 2 rubbers on the bottle, which I'm guessing are there to design to stop it from leaking. So can I turn it upside down without that leaking? And the answer is no. The second I turn it upside down, it is leaking out absolutely everywhere. It was like a waterfall. Now, I thought maybe it was a bit of residual sort of water left in it from when I used it. I left it upside down for about 2 minutes. When I come back, majority of that water that was left in there was gone. This lance leaks. Now, I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if maybe I've got a bad seal. If you've got this lance at home and you've tried this, let me know in the comments. But mine leaks when it goes upside down, which is another reason why I would stick to the version 2 Pro at the moment. So guys, you know, would I buy this lance? I love the look of it. I really, really do. It looks beautiful. I feel like maybe there should be a major difference for me to buy it. You know, maybe there should have been some big change, but there isn't. There is no big change other than the color, other than, you know, the bottle. Now, I understand this is an upgrade from the S lance, which did have the old style small neck on it, which had the old style bottles on it. You know, this is an upgrade from that, you know, with a wider bottle, with the bigger flange on the top. However, would I buy this over the version 2 Pro? You know, they are both on the market currently for £40 for the version 2 Pro, for £70 when this does get released, you know, give or take a few quid, depending on the, you know, the conversion rate. Is it worth it? No. No, I don't think it is. They need to really bring the price of this lance down. I understand people are going to want it because of how it looks. People are going to want it because of the nice colours. People are going to want it because it is more aesthetically pleasing than the version 2. However, the bottle itself needs some work. They need to redesign that because it will break. It's that plastic. It is going to be flimsy. I'll be very surprised if they are as durable as the version 2. I don't want to test it personally because I want to carry on using this lance. But, you know, if you've tested it yourself, let me know in the comments below if it is stronger than it looks. I'm worried about that. So, for me, the version 2 Pro, if I was to go out and buy a lance today with my own hard money, I would be going for the version 2. Yes, it's beautiful, but I need something that's durable. I need something that's going to last. I don't need something that I can stare at. At the end of the day, it's there to do a job. I know we all, as human beings, like things to look nice, but it's there to do a job. It's there to do a task, and it's there to do it well. The version 2 Pro does exactly what it says on the tin. It's solid, it's durable, and it's a lot cheaper than the version 3S. And again, it's going to be more durable in my eyes. There we have it, guys. I've been Hairy Housewife. You guys have been great. If you have got this lance and you've given it a go, pop in the comments below. Let me know what you guys at home think. This is just my opinion on this lance. And I'll see you all again very soon.